start the way we start. Well, folks, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And you know, I'll say that again. Well, folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. Now, hello and welcome to the most opinionated on the radio and the nation's thought-provoking hour. I am Nana Ansah Kwao, the fourth chief of the Little Republic of Akwemu Edumasa, and I say thank God it's Monday. Another wonderful opportunity, another blessed moment for us to come together to perform one of radio's most important rituals. Indeed, certainly your favorite radio talk show. Folks, this is one ritual that brings out the positive blackness in us, unites us, gets us patriotic. We are able to pour out, lament, for the good of nation. Folks, a show that says we must do better. And I call this ritual, That's My Opinion, only on Joy 99.7 FM. So let us all come together and make truth good. Our topic today, folks, finding hope in hopelessness. Finding hope in hopelessness. Folks, today permit me to lament. Let me also be like a serial caller. Let me also pour out. Means can be kakra. Let me pour out. Let me lament. Folks, once I had a conversation with a doctor in economics at Legon, who I promised to go see so that can really expand it, who had conducted a research, and the findings, over 30%, I can't remember whether it was you, over 30% of the youth who are well and fit for employment in Ghana said they had lost so much hope. They had given up. They had actually stopped looking for jobs. That's how low. Over 30% have stopped looking for jobs. Now that should be a great worry to any nation. That should be a great concern to any nation, where the youth, able-bodied youth, educated, but so fed up and have given up even looking for jobs. I don't even know how it is that one gets to that stage. How do you intend to survive if you say I've given up looking for jobs? But this is a reality. And I think everybody should be concerned. But folks, no wonder if you hear about all these security threats and everything, and you hear why they're being recruited as radicals. If the nation will protect them, they might as well fight against it. And this can't be the story of Ghana. This really cannot be the story of Ghana. Folks, let me start with flooding. I am not an engineer, but I am very certain that it is not impossible to rectify. Now, I understand that flash floods can, catch you by surprise. Whatever nation it is can catch you by surprise. But to say that every moderate rainfall becomes a curse on us for over 50 years, then problem may not be the rains, but rather us. And sadly, we are now overwhelmed. Where do we start from? Now, whatever bill it was to rectify the problem many, many years ago, probably by now has quadrupled. And if we add a depreciating cedi, it probably has gone up by tenfold. Half of Accra becomes a swimming pool. Moderate rains and half the city becomes a swimming pool with lives at risk. But I say, folks, thank God for good English, COVID and Russia and Ukraine war. We can have something to blame them on. After all, COVID by NJ. Russia soon recruiting for so you flooded Kakra and times will get better. That's the new name of the game now. COVID, Russia, Ukraine war, and we should all understand. But folks, in all reality, we are just waiting for the next moderate rain to come and to put us in the same plight again. As for the English, they've said it. They have their little press conference and then they'll say the English. All we're just waiting is for the next moderate rainfall to come and put us in the same plight again. 50 years on, story is still the same. Folks, one of the stories that broke this week that, was going on and on and on, and it's a really sad story this week, has been the delay of textbooks to basic schools. 3 years running of a new program with no textbooks. Folks, we can never get quality human capital from a culture of tokenism in education, where the number of admissions become more important than the content of the curriculum. And so, yes, there are no books, but see how many children have gotten a chance to go to school. And we are so afraid to ask parents to come in to help, because if they do, it kills the slogan. But we are waiting for these same children to somehow grow to become meaningful citizens in the next 15, 20 years, so as to inherit whatever it is that we leave of them. The way we are going, folks, it will not be a pretty sight. Folks, the way we are going, it will not be, dare I say, a pretty future. Somebody is saying, if I don't even have a current, you're talking about my future. Have you seen how the boys who kneel on the roadside beg for money? If you're in a semi-nice car, that's it. If you tell them, don't clean my windscreen, no problem. Then honorable or bossu or madam, give me something, and they go down on their knees and they're sort of, for the next 30 seconds, begging you as if their whole life is coming to an end. Folks, do you really think he will be kneeling and begging for money for the next 20 years? And if the answer is no, which it is no, then what will he be doing? In 20 years, when he's not cleaning your screen and kneeling down and begging for money, what will he be doing? These are realities, and these are questions we must answer before it's too late. Folks, the sudden increase of women with quite a number of young babies and children who also rush the traffic light to come and beg as though it's a new fashion. Well, like I said, COVID just gone and there's Russia-Ukraine war, so maybe we can blame it on Russia and the Ukraine war. But we must answer these questions. We cannot leave it to chance. We must answer these questions. What will they be doing? If you go back to the flooding issue, folks, again in 20, 30 years' time, when the city is more populated and people moving in, the more, how will we manage the floods? We must answer these questions. We can't leave it to chance anymore. Me to lament. Need me to be a caller on my own show. Good old Achimota Forest. parks and gardens, children's park, all prime lands with huge national benefits. Huge national benefits. Usually, great should as anybody's interest, the greater good. Folks, be careful and be very cautious with the perception of leaders and looting with sudden wealth, mostly unexplained. It really kills the spirit of the nation. It and kills the energy. That people are borrowing and billions. Something like this, sure. We are chopping down trees at an alarming rate, particularly in the urban area. Somebody buys a plot of land, they're not even ready to develop it. The first thing they do is just chop down all the trees. We should thank God that we have this Achimota forest to mop up the filth in the air. To mop up the filth in, we should be really, really rejoicing. I mean, there should be a festival. Achimota left it there to mop up the filth. Folks, we need that. Not as this eco park business where you plant green grass, stuff like that. No. I am replicating a tropical thicket to save us. The population of the city is growing. All the things have now together. I mean, people in Kaswa see so everything is now joined. There's no division between the regions anymore. If you're driving, you are just driving, and the next minute you are in Eastern region. They have not left any trees, anything to divide and cushion and mop up carbon. No. So all this area, Kaswa, Ebri now is also becoming, a green ground. Very soon become a concrete hill. Ebri will soon become a concrete hill. And they will all depend on this forest carbon. We will all can depend on Achimota to absorb the carbon emissions and give us some fresh to breathe. That it cannot be that every leaves the state, where state than it found it, and then leave. We must turn where we leave things and much better, improve on things before we leave. So states that say, oh, I'm giving it periphery, so that I can think cases. So many of such cases. And folks, citizens become more and almost names to start national states. It's as though the political groups come into power, groups come, it's our turn to take, to get information from aggrieved wives. And the amazing thing is, so these are people whose backgrounds are usually known. Then why is mean things? We all sit down in amazement that, when did all these things come? What business ventures have they entered into to get so much profit, to amass this wealth in such a short time? And so if you look at the suffering, e-levies and the taxes and the doomsday and the fuel prices and people just struggling to go by, it angers the nation. And when the nation is angered, people do not want to contribute to the nation anymore. And you need people to contribute to the nation. So, and when the spirit of the youth is killed, the spirit of the nation dies. Folks, this is God. Pace setters for so many things. Mecca for Africa, the Lone Star of Africa, the pride of Nkrumah. The pride of Nkrumah. Home of every mamu. The home of every mamu. Inimkwasi mfata ebibrima. Esim fata ebibrima. So, folks, you see, when you throw all these things in the mix, and then you say, have hope, it's not an easy hope to find. But you know something? We should find the hope. With all this in the mix, folks, we must find a glimmer of hope. Because if we give up hope, then we must shut shop. So as difficult as it is, as impossible as it is, we should all find hope somewhere in there. But I believe we are just about to turn the corner for greater things. I believe we are about to turn the corner for greater things, for positive things to happen. And so this evening, in the midst of hopelessness, I am calling that we find hope. Call me 0302-216-541. Zero 302-216-541. One is no problem, two is no problem, three is no problem. But when you have so much things in a pot or blender not going well, being blended, it's a difficult task. But this is our Ghana. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana question, Nana.
Nana question, let me hear you.
So, Nana hope ne your Kwao enfa.
Nana question.
Oh, Nana. Your Kwao the other man be the mind that what is left is for proper leadership, common sense, and wisdom. That's what's lacked. Now, when you know, after all that we have, and this is the wahala. I don't know, hope in your Kwao for how many decades now? And we are singing the same song, same story. What's going to change? Textbook, that textbook as a kind. Nana, isn't it leadership and common sense wisdom? I mean, can't you cry? They won't do this. Sabi, Obi Uncle school that only mean answer crown. On your way, on customer syllabus, not 2-3 years, not the academy was a banner and my. Don't do this. See, let me make a confession. My wife is a health practitioner, and she's been talking about this idea of working outside the country. I've not really bought into it because in Ghana here, I run my business and it's not up to the standard where I can leave it for someone to run for me. And we are of the idea of sticking together. But recently, looking at the recent happenings, I asked her again, is she sure she wants to go outside? Because I'm considering that I'll just let her go and maybe later on I'll join. Seriously, you? Yeah, I won't lie to you. Yes, I'm considering it. And she was asking me why, what I've seen. I said, oh, it's nothing. I'm just considering certain things and all that is happening. And she said, okay. So, Nana, you never done it.
You have to
Yɛn
stay.
nyinaa yɛbɛdwane.
You have to stay. We need such passion and we need such brains here. We can't lose you. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, this is Kwame.
Come, let me hear you.
Nana, anytime I wake up, the only question I ask myself is there any hope for this country? That's the only question. Because Nana, I turned 34 years just a few months ago. I keep asking myself, in 50 years, what will my children, is there any hope for my children in 50 years? Is there any difference between Ghana today and Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe, I watched a documentary and they were carrying money in wheelbarrows. I didn't think because of the redenomination. You would have seen that the amount of money would have been stolen out each and every day. Considering the price hike and stuff, if you want to fill my tank, it's 500 Ghana cedis. 500 Ghana cedis then is 5 million Ghana cedis. If I'm holding 5 million Ghana cedis to the fuel pump, you can see the amount of money I'll be holding. I think there's no hope for this country again. As a young one, I don't think there's any hope for me. Mama, thank you very much.
Thank you too, my brother, but there is hope. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana, Pastor from Eben.
Eben, let me hear you.
Nana, Pastor Michel.
Mejoso.
Nana, Pastor, this week, you're going to see, now, is government telling us that it doesn't know the importance of this forest? Say, you classify the place and they want to give it back to the owners. Meaning that Accra is expanding, but now we're going to have a small portion of history holding us our life. Meaning that, we have national assets whose buildings are on the council, their land, like stadium. Say it will be assassin. It's what for it will be assassin. If it's Flagstaff House, it will be assassin. So why don't you give all those lands to the people? Why ask water forest? Is it because of their self-interest that giving it back to the people, they're going to have a share in it? Because a big garden is for somebody, it's for a family. So then give it back to the family also. Let everybody take their property and let Ghana be left with nothing. We need to think about this country more than our personal gain. But this government, they are not doing well at all. They are in for themselves alone. They are so selfish and greed. Bye-bye.
Thank you for your call. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
It's Nana. I'm Joanna.
Joanna, let me
Good
hear
evening.
you. Good evening.
Please, what I see is the country, they have made the whole thing to be like they have to politicize everything. So when the thing even is the truth, they have to speak it out. They have to say something else. And what I've seen is only President Ekufuodo's government size is like the Bankuda, the same whatever they are cooking in it. It's too big. The same government, they all come and pass. They have used the same to do what they want to do. Nana Ekufuodo's government has made people, people, I don't know what is going on in this country with this party. I don't know what they are looking for. And I don't know what they want. What is it? What is it? Can they make anything possible for people in this country to have something to go into their own pockets? What is it? 10K is 5 cities. What is it? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you too for your call. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, my name is Yao.
Yeah, let me hear you.
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
It was a sad week. The rains at Chimota Forest, textbooks, I've said and said again what this country has lost is patriotism and love for this nation. The political elite, whether they belong to NDC, MPP, or PPD, whatever it is, it appears as though when you come to power, you come to enrich yourself, and that's all it is about. You see, you are talking about hope. This country started losing hope gradually until we have gotten to the point where, when I listen to the young man, I am over 50, who just spoke, I felt very sad for Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. But my biggest disappointment is coming from when Nanado was trying to become president. Many people we thought, well, we've lost hope for many years, but probably he will be the one to restore this country to all that we all aspire to see. But it is so sad to see that Nanado and his team, and if I think about the finance minister, I can't believe it. We ought to Nanado will do something different. The corruption, state capture, greed, selfishness have become the order of the day. When something like this, we are not speaking for any political party, because those who are on the touchline hoping to come in, they may come in and do even the worst. Well, irrespective of all that I've said, I want to speak to every young man that you can't lose hope. This is the only country we have.
Yeah.
And we must continue to work and fight until we save the soul of this country. And let all politicians who think that all it is for them to amass wealth for themselves and their families, and the rest of the people can go and die and perish. There's God up there who is watching everybody. May God help Ghana. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much too, my brother. Good evening, and I thank you sincerely for your consistent commitment to That's My Opinion program. With respect to the topic for today, hope in hopelessness, I suggest the following to the youth of the country. Do a personal SWOT analysis, threat, weakness, opportunity, and threat on them so that they identify opportunities using their personal strength. Identify a mentor to give them direction in what they do with their lives. Take advantage of any opportunity to get some work to occupy themselves. Keep trusting God for better opportunities. The youth need inspirational leaders to keep encouraging them to sustain the little hope they have. From Edmund. Good evening, Edmund. Oops. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, sir.
Good evening. Yes. This is Papa Ansah.
Papa Ansah, let me hear you.
Akra, Ubeyina che. Kaya kupon tu kwandem. Na wa hindi nye kese. This thing, I've realized that what the Bible says is true. Because the Bible says, cursed is who that trust, that put his trust in a man. We were in this country that our president told us we are sitting on money. I don't know whether there is something on the presidency that when they are in opposition, they have good thoughts for citizens and this nation. But when they get on seat, I don't know if there's a python or something on that seat that buys them for them to change their mind. Because there is no way that someone will tell me, Ghana, we don't have money. Because foreigners come to this country, get money, then they send it back to their country of origin. Look at this Atmota forest. our former president, Kwame Nkrumah, saw it that no, this place would be a good area for even an eco place that people can even sit and receive fresh air. The so-called intellectuals, the so-called PhD holders are conniving. What baffles me is, you see, we have land, what do you call the Land Commission. Those people there will be conniving with the politicians. Then they'll be selling off. You see, Nana, let me tell you, from now up to the time that this government will leave office, you see the amount of land that politicians will buy from them. I personally cannot even buy land from even that place because I'm not a politician. When they look at Chadu, they've amassed all the lands there. Why? When they are in opposition, they can't even buy anything, but they are in power, they can buy. Because you see, everywhere in this country, corruption everywhere. Where's the integrity? You see, Parliament, I don't trust the Parliament itself. I don't trust the Parliament itself. And that's why. So when you are saying there is hope, where is the hope coming from? Come to the port. When you build container, you so-called necessity, you don't know where they will come. Party boys, they will come and take the container. And you call this, there is hope in this country. You are watching them. God bless them.
God bless you too, my brother. God bless you too, my brother. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Sylvester, Nana.
Sylvester, let me hear you.
Nana.
Yes, sir.
They are politics, you know. All of us will go and do some more. If we want to go through the right life process, but it looks like going that path is not fair to the majority. So all of us, you know, right now, we want to be the politician. And when we get to the level where we can also be CEOs of these state institutions now, national cake, you know, all of us, we have to chop some. Majority cannot suffer, but small people to enjoy it. It's not fair. So we are all looking at that direction right now. I'm a young gentleman. I work. I do my own business. But even that, the struggles, and when you look at some of the things that goes on in the country, you ask yourself, where is our left and right? Do we even have a future? See, one of my brothers mentioned how much he had faith in Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He's not the only one. I'm one of them. Nana, look, I listened to this man speak, and I'm like, okay, is it going to be something different? And that was what I was hoping for. And he came, and it's just the same old story, even worse. So that man, see, the way he has disappointed most of us, when you speak, they will think, say, you are speaking for a certain political party. Me, I don't support any of them because they are all the same for me. Henceforth, I don't even know whether I'll vote again or not. Because if I step outside and say I'm going to vote, it's not going to be for any of them. And it means that whoever I vote for will not win. Do you understand? Both of them. See, I'm so disappointed in Nanado. And Nana, you good evening. I'm so disappointed in him. I won't lie to you.
I feel your passion, my brother. I feel your passion. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
My name is Maulu. I'm calling from Ansah.
Let me hear you, my
brother. Honestly, I've never called. I listen to you a lot. I've never called any of the issues you discuss, but I'm a young professional in this country. What's going on is I can't find the word. It is hurtful, because politicians are just amassing wealth. We've seen what has happened with Galamsey, and now it lands, all sort of corrupt practices. Where are we going as a country? What are we leaving for the generations after us? I'm in my late 30s, but I'm looking at our children coming after us. What are we going to leave for them? What are we going to say? You look at the Galamsey areas, the Achim areas and Ashanti and all of that. Ask yourself, as a politician or whoever is doing Galamsey, what the generation coming after you, what are you leaving for them? You are following greed. You want the money now, and because of that, you're spoiling the natural resource. Look at Chimota Forest. Like you said, it's actually where it's placed, like the environment, all the carbon dioxide, the carbon monoxide, and all of that. It's helping. And if you want to turn it into a concrete jungle, what are we living for the generation after? The level of despondency right now is something else, honestly. And I'm also sad that the people ourselves, we are not picking out. It's not about NPP or NDC. Honestly, we need to speak up to the people who are leading us. Other than that, our children. I'm a young man, but I'm actually worried for my children. If we don't speak up, our children will suffer.
Thank you very much, my brother, for calling 0302216541. Good evening, Nana. This is Ayigbeni Dogbeda from Nungwa. Please add me to the regulars. I never miss your show, but I just don't get the chance to represent myself. Common sense will tell us to tell people in high places that you have to lay pipes before opening water. How is it possible that we are talking about textbooks after 3 years? We are quick to implement policies without doing the underground work, and that's really sad. Good evening, Nana. Good evening to you too. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Isaac.
Isaac?
Yeah, I'm calling from Lakeside.
Let me hear you.
Okay. First of all, let me start with you. All those who are saying that this issue is not about NDC, NPP, I disagree. Nana, if I'm in power and I'm fooling, tell me I'm fooling. If I'm sorry if it is too harsh, but I think those who are in power now and what they are doing, we have to step to their feet. That is too much. Secondly, it's like we're all just talking. No action is being taken by the youth, nothing. So we can talk and talk and talk. At the end of the day, a week or two time, we'll not hear anything again before we see strategies are rising up at Chimota Forest. I think the youth of this country have to stand up and do something. Not violence, no insults, but we have to let the authorities know that this country belongs to us in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Definitely the youth, not violently, but should definitely let their voices be heard. Hello, who am I talking to?
Hello, Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
You're talking to Shem Kimba.
Barbecue. Greetings to the family over there, man.
Okay, I'll tell them.
Good.
Nana, I'll start it this way. God's own Ghana deserves better than NPP and NDC, period. I'll repeat it again. God's own Ghana deserves better than NPP and NDC, period. You see, why am I saying this? True patriotism is when a Ghanaian can tell you, me a Ghana. But in Ghana, we want to change it and make it me a NPP, me a NDC. NDC are your mind. NPP are your mind. Very recently, before our last election, I live within the Pampam enclave, and there were these guys mounting NDC banners around the polls. And I'm like, do you know what would be a good strategy for all of you? If you were able to add the Ghana flag to your campaign strategy, for us to know that you are thinking of Ghanaians. But no, you are not. Nana, I want to ask one question. Where is our senior minister, Safo Mafu? Somebody who surprisingly resigned from government when there was vetting process, all of a sudden came back into government when the voting process had completed. I used to hold these MPP guys in high esteem, but I don't. I wouldn't want to say I've lost hope because I haven't. I wouldn't. Ghana belongs to all of us. But it's as if we, the Ghanaians ourselves, who are complaining, are the same people vouching for these people. So I'm like, how can they get up there if we don't vouch for them? You see, it's high time for us to start from there. We cannot lose hope from the whole political landscape, because these are the two who are currently being administering our affairs and they're not doing their best. So what we can do to them is vote them out, both from the parliamentary elections, both from presidential elections. We don't need to play games with this. in your constituency, if you know they are not doing their best, kick them out. Put an independent candidate there. Let him go and represent himself, his own mindset. Are we actually enjoying democracy in Ghana? I don't think so. I don't know who spoke good for A-Levy. I don't know who's speaking good for Ejapa either. But how is it that these things get passed in the name of, we will put it on you? Are we living under authoritarian rule or something? What good is that going to do? With all the gold you have in your soul, you couldn't develop. You're trying to tell me, you're going to use 6 million Ghana cedis to develop the country. Really? Charlie, sometimes it's laughable. And these people are the people who claim they are educated. Nana, it's very sad. But I haven't lost hope. And the youth, I'm a young guy, though. Nobody should lose hope in Ghana. Ghana is for all of us. People have fought, tore their blood for all of us. They've sweat for all of us. So don't let the few let you say, I won't do this because they are all the same. All politicians are the same. No. We need to still fine-tune the system. We need to find those who sacrifice for the country and not for their personal gain. Thank you very much, Nana.
Thank you, too, for being consistent. Thank you for being loyal. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
Please, this is Rukaya. I'm speaking from Harchu.
Hi, let me hear you.
So, Nana, this evening you're talking about hope. My question is, Nana, hope doesn't pay our bills, so hope doesn't go to the market. Hope doesn't put food on our table. It's amazing to see that a few people are enjoying their heaven here. And they'll come and tell the majority that, keep hoping, there's heaven elsewhere for you to go and enjoy. It's just sad. You wake up every morning and you're in distress because you don't know how the day is going to go for you. And you are talking about hope. Nana, it's sad. I'm a youth, but sincerely, I've lost hope. I was telling a friend that should there be a ship at any of our seaport that, voluntarily they want slaves, then I bet if you see the number of youth who will troop in willingly. Because the majority of us have lost hope. That hope that our forefathers built and are expecting us also have is no more there. And I wonder if they listen to us, because when we talk, as though they are listening, but they come back and tell us we are making noise. We are putting forth our grievances and they tell us we are making noise. It's sad. So listen to all this and so I should be here and go through all this. What will my children also come and inherit? I always say this, only God is our helper. But for hope, Nana doesn't put anything on our table. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Hello, who's talking to me?
Nana.
Yes, sir.
This is Aiti.
Aiti, let me hear you.
Nana, look, they are destroying all our water bodies. They are degrading our land. And now, please, that will take away the carbon dioxide and the nitrogen, the air. They are cutting it and they are destroying it. They are bringing concrete everywhere. But now, if we can't get clean air to breathe, can't get good drinking water, and we don't have land to grow our crops, what are we doing? We are destroying ourselves. That is exactly what you are doing. And can I just tell me, what is the work of the Council of State? Where the numerous churches that we have, the clergy, where are they? Can't what is stand up against these corrupt marauders? Anybody stand up against them? You see, God has finished everything, and He has put everything in our hands. So it's we who are destroying ourselves now. And that one, God is helpless because He's giving us all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all that pertains to life. And if we can't hold us upright and stand, then we are destroying ourselves. This one, God didn't do anything. No, God can help us here. And I pray that some of states who can rise, of ethnic can rise and then stop these marauders. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Is there any hope for them? Is there any hope for us? A poor man's life, as I see it, is living 'cause he must. What are the chances?
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7. Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.